welcome you all. Thank you all for being here so much. Bob, he really wanted all his friends and families and loved ones to be here to celebrate his wonderful life, and it's amazing to see so many faces here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sheila, and I'm Bob's niece, and I'm going to try really hard to get through this. Bob was born Robert Gray Cairns on August 9th, 1960 in Edmonton, Alberta. Sorry, my rock. Thank you. The youngest of 5 children who all helped raise him and teach him, he was often picked on by his siblings, and there was always a contest of who could scare Bob the most, which is probably why he grew up to be the sensitive, caring man that he was, afraid of the dark and everything. I had the privilege of growing up around him, living on the same small island. Our families got to be very close. And I'm so lucky and so grateful that I have an entire childhood and life blessed with happy memories of Uncle Bob. He was a kind man. You could look him in the eyes and feel his kindness. He was a true gentleman. He always had a warm smile and a big hug waiting for you whenever you saw him. Bob lived a short but very full and happy life. He lived hard and played even harder. He loved food and loved to eat, and man could he eat. He loved music and loved to dance. With his cowboy boots on and a black leather jacket, he could tear up a dance floor like you wouldn't believe, and was probably the best dance partner you could have asked for. He was really a big kid at heart. Uncle Bob was a family man above all things, and loved his family with everything he had. Our family has a cabin at Cold Lake, Alberta, where Bob spent almost every summer of his life. Our families often went up together, and we would gather cousins, aunts, uncles, and friends, throw parties, fish on the lake, have bonfires at night, and sing karaoke. This is where Bob was at peace, and in the final days of his life, his mind was escaping back to the lake. It was his happy place. He also loved this island and the people and community here. He often joked that he had 2 families, his blood family and his harbor house / the local family. He could on almost any day be found in the harbor house having lunch or at the local having beers with friends. He enjoyed his life thoroughly and lived with a passion and grace that will never be forgotten. There were so many important people in his life who didn't get to say goodbye or to be able to be here today. His mother in Edmonton, who loved her baby boy more than life itself, and his siblings that are far away, his sister Teresa, her husband Ray, his sister Betty Lee and her husband Tom, and his brother Tom. They wanted to be here so badly today, so we, as his family, represent them here today to celebrate. I was honored and very privileged to be with Bob through his courageous battle with cancer, and we grew to be closer than we had ever been. I was also honored to be with him in his final days, and to hear him express his feelings and his final wishes. He wanted to be remembered as Happy Bob. He had requested that no one visit, and I know that was very hard for a lot of you. But he really just didn't want to be seen sick. He wanted his friends to remember his face smiling and laughing. He wanted all of your memories of him to be happy, healthy ones. In the last few days of his life, he expressed to me many countless times about his love for his family, his love for his son, Christopher, and his love for this island and his so many amazing friends here. He spoke to me about his love and fondness for 2 special kids in his life, Kaylin and Asia Wright, the children of his dear friend Edwina. He enjoyed you guys and loved you all so much, and he wanted you to know that. He also spoke to me about his best friend in the world, Lance Wright, who was there for him in ways that cannot be explained through all of this battle. He wanted me to remind you that there are so many good times and stories from your whole lives together, and to hang on to those memories and never give away its secrets. He wanted me to tell you all that he loved you, and he was so thankful for all of his friends and the love and support everyone had extended over the years. He told me that so many people had come into the hospital and left notes for him to tell him how blessed they felt to have known him. He laughed to me and said that, you know, I'm the one who has been blessed. He joked to me that it's not until you're dying that grown men will cry and tell you that they love you. Bob fought for his life so bravely, and he gave it everything he had right up until his final breath. He passed away very peacefully with his sister, his nieces, and his son by his side. He did not suffer, and no sooner than my mother had spoken the words, "It's okay, Bob. Go kick Dad's ass in horseshoes," he was gone, slipped away so peacefully that you could almost feel it happen. He was not afraid of death, but in true Bob fashion, was worried about us, the people he had to leave behind. He didn't want to leave us behind. Uncle Bob, you were an amazing man with a heart of gold. I thank you for everything you taught me and brought to my life. And I will always remember you and honor you in the best ways I know how. I'm now going to open up the floor to anyone who has anything they wish to share or stories they wish to tell us. And I would really like to extend a big thank you to all of you for showing up today. And a big thank you to Kelly and Michelle and Marnie for organizing such a wonderful celebration. Thank you all.